Much to the surprise of no one, Electronic Arts has gutted developer Maxis. Drop me a line down below, but first, my opinion. I'm Tarmack, and this is Feature Creep. EA is now and has for some time been a graveyard for video game developers. Gamers have dealt with the loss of many of our beloved companies due at least in part to shareholder demands. The list of game devs they have bought, squeezed the life out of, and subsequently shut down is quite long. Origin Systems, Bullfrog, Kesmai, DICE Canada hours after acquiring DICE proper, Bright Light, Phenomic, Playfish, Danger Close, originally known as Dreamworks Interactive, Westwood, Pandemic, Mythic, and now Maxis. It's worth noting that the company line on the Maxis closure is that they're only closing the Emeryville location and that the brand will still be around, but this is a PR mitigation because Emeryville is the heart and soul of Maxis itself, with only satellite studios left to run The Sims. And what a time to do it during GDC, the Game Developers Conference in San Francisco. Consolidation can be nice if it doesn't mean you lose the company expertise, but that's not what happened here. If you feel that I'm being unfair in my comment about EA squeezing the life out of these companies, I need to mention just how extremely large companies operate, and you'll see what I mean. When an organization reaches critical mass beyond and is involved with shareholders, passion for the business takes a backseat to profits. Absolutely, there are still individuals with it, but corporate passion is extremely difficult to maintain when shareholders can group together and vote the leadership out. The board of directors' influence as a result of the constant fear of job loss corrupts the rest of the management chain. The company begins structuring all projects with a pure profit mindset. Every metric is meticulously forecasted, and any deviation from those metrics is met with resistance. A couple of comments from a Maxis dev on Reddit named Vertex Normal mirror this general understanding of how the corporate world functions. He said that the reason SimCity ran into so many problems was that items like online only and smaller city sizes were locked in by the EA forecasting machine early enough in design that by the time players vocalized their distaste for these features, it was too late to change. Quote, EA is a very large ship. It takes a lot of energy and time to get it to change direction. I don't want to color what Vertex said though, because he was being far kinder to EA than I am. I have very little patience for gaming companies that operate in an artistic medium that don't put customers first, shareholders be mildly damned. A lot of people put Blizzard forward as a good example of a customer-focused group, and I agree to some point, but if they didn't have a number of money-printing machines, it would be a very different story with the Activision connection. Admittedly, Activision hasn't had many major PR blunders in quite a while, which is nice. In fact, Valve is quite literally the only big independent left. Their market dominance is a bit scary, but the fact that they're not beholden to shareholders is a major part of why so much good comes from them. Now, that's not to say that big corporate is always bad. The fact of the matter is that very few companies have the kind of money necessary to keep these multi-million-dollar games coming to market, and clearly gamers want bigger and better titles. It's a sad day for fans of the simulation genre. I accosted Maxis for the debacle that was SimCity, and I stand by everything that I said, but to see the studio shuttered rather than have a chance to try again and put out a great product is just the EA way of doing business. It sucks for players, it sucks for the developers who are now out of work, and I worry a little for my friends at BioWare. All it takes is one bomb and the whole studio can be closed. I'm actually kind of surprised that BioWare Austin survived the Old Republic problems long enough to turn it back into a profitable game. And other than the EA main and satellite offices, the only major studios left are BioWare, DICE, PopCap, and Visceral. That's a little bit scary. Are you a fan of the simulation genre? What other games will help to fill the hole left by Maxis? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoy Feature Creep, make sure to subscribe and let me know any topics that you'd like to see me cover. That's all I have to say. Tarmack out.